Hello everyone, welcome back to Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. And also welcome back to the second half of the first part of the trial, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the last we're going to be playing as Edgeworth, which is sad. I'm going to miss it. It's been so much fun. I really enjoyed last time, the back and forth of Franziska and Edgeworth. It was really entertaining. I was not expecting her to show up at all. It was a huge surprise to me. And yeah, on the witness stand today is Larry. Oh, that's going to be interesting. It'll be kind of fun to see how Edgeworth handles Larry and Franziska. If Franziska does not whip Larry, I will be shocked.
Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you in any way I can. First, about that night, you really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? Last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall.
She met and talked with Dahlia Hawthorne, that's what happened.
You, or Sister Bikini, is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me.
Or Dahlia.
So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh. Interesting. That's quite a few psyche locks. That might be a Phoenix problem rather than an Edgeworth problem, though.
Iris. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety is confirmed.
Dahlia? Who else would... Oh, or maybe Maya you're talking about?
Her?
Yeah. I was like... there's no way you could be talking about Dahlia because if it is true that you're her like twin or something, I feel like there's gotta be bad blood or something. Anyways.
The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise D?
I know, like some of you have said how to say it. I'm just saying Elise D because I've been told multiple pronunciations. I haven't told more than one, so I'm just sticking with Elise D, okay? This isn't me just being like stubborn and being like, no, I just don't even want to try to say it. I've been given multiple pronunciations and I don't know what's right, so I'm just gonna stick with D.
No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life.
But maybe your twin sister can.
As I thought, no psycho locks. Very well. It is my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough.
Back to court. Hello.
Court will now reconvene. Is Von Karma. Where's the witness? Where's your whip? I'm afraid of it coming for me.
During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely.
Oh, Larry, what were you sketching?
I asked what the witness was sketching when he was detained.
You drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip.
Oh, he drew you then. I feel like, at the very least at first, Larry's gotta be, like, into her. Clearly by that painting.
I can only presume. I
didn't get to finish reading the line.
Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loris D, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that Whip is going to see plenty more use today.
Oh, he's so happy. Oh, ouch! Yep, right away. Right off the bat.
Your sketch is in contempt of this court.
Hey, I was just artistically running. Ouch!
You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to
who is trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fledgling artist trading out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use a technical term for the color, viridian.
Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it?
I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about working in the fields, isn't it?
Working in the fields.
I presume he wanted to say field work. I hope.
That's it. Thanks, buddy.
It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence.
Oh, I'm so gonna miss hearing his thoughts. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. Huh, yeah. So see, I've got nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red with when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ouch. Ouch. Ouch.
Ouch! Why did you hit me? I didn't say anything.
Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man.
Refrain from whipping me, Ms. Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. I'm in so much pain. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. I got whipped because of you. I was quiet that time.
This is too much for me. What I saw. I was in the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. Yes, you did. You saw Phoenix that night. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy?
Leave me out of this.
Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony.
I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? That's true. We didn't ask him.
Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex.
He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people.
Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy.
Well then, anyways, let us proceed with the cross-examination. No touching, thank you. We can delve into the details at a later time. You need a therapist, young man.
Okay. I'm gonna have to present Phoenix on... I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night. Yeah, you did. And it's Phoenix.
Larry Butts, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble.
Ow! That hurt as much as the whip, man. I'm sorry.
But having realized just now just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction.
Edgy, are you trying to console me?
It certainly doesn't sound that way to me, idiot.
However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create.
You're totally pinning this on me.
Now then, let's talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts.
That's right, me in the flesh.
Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. I'm being the therapist for you.
But what do you want me to do then?
Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you.
Edgy, I think I finally woke it up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well.
I'll ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder?
For real this time. what I saw, part 2. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran to Nick.
You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you?
So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire?
It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burnt out. Like, I was totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall.
What did you say? Oh, don't worry, it's nothing life-threatening. He just got a cold. I never know what that meant, if he should be called lucky or unlucky.
Are you worried, Franziska? She has, like, I feel like a real goal to, like, beat him at some point.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination.
What should I press on? Okay, so you went to the shack at around 9. So it would have been about 10:30. Okay. You're lying when a white flash almost blinded you. Oh, you looked out the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. All right. There's still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. Where's that weather report? Weather data. Lightning struck at 10:45. Around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Lightning 10 to 11. I don't know, maybe this will help us narrow time down?
You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that?
Lightning fell. And then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out.
How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge?
Hold on. Well, it had pretty much stopped snowing. I guess about a 5-minute walk.
And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there?
Like I had recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare.
Well, should I press for a little more info?
Oh, why didn't you call anyone? Why did you go to the bridge? Why didn't you call anyone? Because he didn't.
Larry, let me ask you one thing.
What is it, Eddie? What's with the serious face?
Why didn't you call anyone?
Huh? What do you mean?
Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There is a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct?
Well, of course I thought of doing that.
So then, let's hear why you didn't.
Huh? Yeah, okay. My reason. It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone. I just didn't have time to, okay? Well, when Phoenix ran into him on the bridge that night, he seemed like pretty chill, didn't he? If I'm remembering correctly. I arrived at the bridge and Nick showed up less than a minute later. I feel like this time framing is still lining up with the weather data. Okay, I feel like it's gotta be something with this still. So the snow would have stopped at 10:50. Said it wasn't snowing. The lightning was 10 to 11. 5 minutes to get up. Wait. The lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. It took him 5 minutes to get up. And then a minute later is when he showed up. Is there another 5 minutes? Lightning 10 to 11. Phoenix didn't notice any lightning when he was out. Is this timing off? Is that what we're getting at here? I feel like that it's gotta be that the timing's somehow off. Like I know that's what it is. I really need you to explain it to me.
Your very existence being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not.
What the hey, Edgy? Make it sound like I'm some sort of alien.
But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time.
That's what I thought. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those.
This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge. And immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct?
Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. That's right, I forgot that he wasted 5 minutes. That's what I couldn't remember, is that there was 2 5-minute periods. One, it took 5 minutes to get up, but I couldn't remember what the other 5 minute was. Yeah, okay. He wasted 5 of them.
I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. You probably got there around 11 p.m.
That all sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. I love when he does that.
That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple.
That's what the... How did that not hit me? I was like, I know the timing's off, but why? I was so focused on something being off with the weather. But yeah, the murder was 11 p.m. This is why you're the smart one, Edgeworth. This is why you do all the work, and I just pick answers.
Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time.
Excuse me, I have an objection.
You do? That's a new one. Can the witness object?
Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Laura's
It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Franziska von Parma. The slope ahead is slippery.
I love that he said her full name, like she does.
But there's still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here in the weather report, in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m.
Which means... What exactly?
Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down.
Oh, interesting.
Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m., but Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes?
I feel like I just got brutally woken up by a toilet bag splashback. Why could I not say that? I guess I was still sleeping after all. Bitch me.
Why? I didn't do anything, Franziska. It hurts.
So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem.
Yeah, not much of a problem at all.
Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident?
Yes, witness. Why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? Because that would be quite irresponsible.
And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. But this is Larry we are talking about, and even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction.
Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Are you really gonna get serious?
Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yeah, that's what you said last time, Larry.
Yes.
I may really say it this time. Everything. Then say it. Thank you, Franziska.
Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this, however. Let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now, for this 15-minute cap, what were you doing, witness?
The missing 15 minutes. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. No, you weren't. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out, and then he came running up.
I suppose artists can be strange folk.
That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. This thing's win.
Including the truth from the sound of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts?
Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains.
And what would that be?
The It's a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now?
Exactly. Why would he need to hide that he was just drawing?
I intend to drag the reason out of him.
Ha ha ha. You'll regret this, Edgy. Is it maybe because he saw Iris and wanted to cover for her because he likes her? That's the only thing I can think of. Okay. I'm gonna press on this. We need to prove that he was actually sketching.
Sketching? The burning bridge.
The burning bridge and everything that came with it.
What came with it?
You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is
Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already with this.
Whoa, what are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
That does indeed appear to be the faster solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed by what is depicted there.
I have to. We have to look at his sketch.
I just have a bad feeling that maybe it's going to show, like,
Iris killing someone.
Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please?
Well, even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this.
Imagined what?
That Loris D's debut would take place here today like this. Ouch!
Show it, now.
Okay. But steal yourselves.
I'm stealing myself, Larry.
What the? This is the world of Loris D. What's with the flying woman on fire? That's what it looks like to me.
Well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma.
Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected.
Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames. I really did.
Yes, I'm sure you did.
Ugh, this is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object.
Yeah, that's what I immediately noticed.
Larry,
What?
the burning bridge is fine. But what is that unfortunate looking figure?
Oh, you spotted that? I thought you might.
However much I might want to ignore it, I can't.
It's Iris, of course. Iris. I wish I'd taken better care of herself. We had to play it out for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Flying?
Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep. That's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist. A real artist.
You...
Hi! The girl, she's really high up in the picture. What was that for? I haven't done anything this whole trial and you keep whipping me.
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test the theory.
Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there is some precedent for this.
Are we referring to the circus case? She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She's about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. It was really something to see.
This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth.
What? Me?
This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth.
Let's get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here.
Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what do you think of my debut piece?
Get that thing away from me!
Shoving it in his face. Horrible sketch of what he saw the night before the crime. Horrible sketch. Oh, that's funny.
Now, hurry up and cross-examine him.
Was it added? I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. Oh. Well, that's pretty easy then. I'm just gonna present her hood to that. She didn't have her hood.
Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that it's the truth.
If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain.
What might that be?
That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ugh.
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool.
It's always so hard to say. Oh, Franziska.
How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood.
Seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps to suggest it was Wright who took flight?
What are you talking about?
I think you understand what I mean just fine.
Why? Is he gonna be jealous? Why did Nick have Iris' hood? That's what I thought.
What?
Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick? You dog!
I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited, and discarded straight into the garbage.
What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today is the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What?
What is the meaning of your outburst, witness?
I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence.
Definitive evidence?
Franziska this whole time has also been like, oh. Even she's like worried about what Larry's gonna say. Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Loris D, shall prove it. He just doesn't want to admit that Iris gave the hood to Phoenix.
I didn't expect to ask this again. But we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that I cannot speak. I've been whipped so many times, I don't remember how to talk. That this nightmare was actually a reality.
Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. Because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain.
You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me.
He's so pissed. Proof that Iris flew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led to me finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. Did that maybe go to Elise's, like, staff? Is it missing? Where's her staff? Her staff is missing. Did it have I think it had a ball in it. It looks like it should. Got blood on it. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night.
A crystal sphere?
This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. That sphere. Where did you find it? Also, I want to keep this sphere that has blood on it. Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow.
It had pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
The court accepts this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. You know, after you clean the blood off of it.
There's something on it.
How did you not notice the blood, Larry?
Oh my, it's blood. If my cousin, Judge One, would hear, he would also suggest that it was maybe perhaps ketchup.
What? Blood?
Found half covered in snow near Dusky Bridge. The night of the crime has blood on it. You ready, AJ? By tomorrow morning, you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called Loris D only a few minutes ago?
Okay, let's see here. I think maybe... perhaps... Let me finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. I think it goes to this.
Larry, that night, there was someone who lost a crystal sphere.
There was? Who? Who is this stupid idiot? It's my sphere!
Miss Elise D. The mentor to a stupid idiot. How did you not remember your own mentor's sphere?
The victim.
I have a photo of her here.
Yep.
And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere.
Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch!
A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. They look nothing alike! This one's gigantic! In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime.
Ah, the crystal sphere. It's gone.
Whoa. What? 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 What?
Just what does this mean?
If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris, after all. She was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either.
Did Elise fly? Or maybe the murderer flew with the sphere for some reason.
That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Ms. Elise D.
A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected.
Again, Franziska, we've been through this in the circus case. You can't do that! I saw it with my own two eyes!
And this crystal sphere. This is nothing more than a red herring.
There's blood on it!
You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise D was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all.
Maybe she was looking for Pearl. Pearl is still missing. And she was wondering where she was.
Miss Franziska von Karma.
I like that he's doing her full name now.
The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns.
Why are you pointing at me?
The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of the murder. Yet, you expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case. That crystal sphere. It was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder.
After the murder?
There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place.
But there was no tracks to show that in the snow?
The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch.
What? You mean I'm the killer? No way!
All joking aside,
I can't believe I did it!
Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case.
Where? No, not that. Crime photo. She doesn't have her sphere here. Her sphere. I keep saying sphere. She doesn't have her staff at all here. Can you normally see the staff? There's also no snow. Maybe we're gonna prove, like, so here's like, you know, it wasn't snowing here. There would have been tracks if they had done it.
She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that Alicia left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely.
Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place?
Yeah, I can. Probably because of the snow.
Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. And he'd point while doing it. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case.
You'll do what?
That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he is cornered.
And you know what happens when he's cornered. He always finds a way out, Franziska.
That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered.
I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder.
Well, if I show the crime photo, it'll show that there's been no snow. And then I can then, on top of that, go into there were no tracks. There's no snow, there's no tracks in that picture.
This crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear.
What?
When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing? Oh, that's what we're going with, Edgeworth? We're going to mention the tracks, right? Because that's where my mind was. You would see tracks going to drop the ball off. But yeah, it was also buried in snow.
On the other hand, let us take a look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body.
Okay. We got there. We're still on the same wavelength, Edgy.
Ah.
Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What?
Order, order, order.
On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose.
What could that have been?
This sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there?
She whacked with it or something?
Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool? And which part is so foolish, Ms. Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth?
The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
No, I think she saw the defendant pulling the weapon out of her.
That's not exactly true, now is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing!
No, it isn't. You said it yourself.
Very little blood is actually lost. At the moment of a blade's insertion, if you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from my body, that would be when the blade is removed. Oops, played yourself, Franziska.
If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth.
Eliste's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusty Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way? I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of events is also perfectly plausible.
Now the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple.
Isn't there... Tracks photo. The snowmobile was used to transport, right? There's no footprints, but there is these tracks. Oh, is that what it was used for?
On that snowy night, there is one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon. But it could also have been used to carry a body.
Order,
This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've only dug yourself into your own grave.
And how did he do that?
What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin?
Oh, when he does that, you know you're in for it.
You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, Eliste, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy, thank you.
That settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances.
Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this.
That's right. I hope you stick around, though, Edgeworth, for the rest of the case. Even though I won't get to play as you.
It is just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner.
Excuse me?
There was one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had to frenzy whipping me. Ah! Miles Edgeworth. I don't care what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped by you.
What a shame. Ah, Franzi! This is all your fault. And she's still not whipping Edgeworth, despite her anger at him. Such a terrible witness. You're not front for— Ah! Ooh. I demand satisfaction. I get to finish the one line, and he's dead. Got him.
I cannot believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. Also, can someone call an ambulance for him? However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I am counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution.
And with this, the rest is up to you, right?
Court is now adjourned.
Aw, to be continued. I'm gonna miss playing as Edgeworth so bad. Aw. That was so fun. Let's save. Alright, I'm assuming we're probably Phoenix again. Hottie Clinic? We took him to the Hottie Clinic? I don't trust that. Oh god. Is Dr. Hottie gonna be there? Ew. Okay, interesting. I don't know what the Elise flying through the air means. Like, I'm still fairly certain Dahlia is the one behind this, but Elise flying through the air, I really don't know what that's all about. How is she flying? I don't know. The second half is gonna have a lot to live up to because I'm not gonna be Edgeworth. But as long as Edgeworth is still like around like he was in the last case for the second game, I'll be happy. I kind of hope Franziska sticks around too. I liked that she came back. As I said before, I think Franziska, she deserves more screen time because Edgeworth and Gatto have so much more than her. And I don't know, that was just so fun seeing Edgeworth and Franziska's back and forth. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, next time we will start the investigation, which the investigation is a part 1, part 2, like last time. I'm pretty sure it's a part 1, part 2. Either way, we'll be beginning our last investigation of the Ace Attorney trilogy. Aw, so sad. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!